Hello friends, welcome back to Concepts Unexplained. This is our video series on flight dynamics. We are in section 1 cruise flight performance. In this video we'll study about lift curve slope for finite wing. So before studying about the lift curve slope for a finite wing, let us understand the CL alpha curve or lift curve for infinite wing. For an infinite wing, this is how the lift angle of attack. So as the alpha increases or as the angle of attack increases, CL value increases and it reaches some maximum value CL max. After CL max, there will be stall and the flow separates suddenly on the airfoil and the aircraft loses its lift. In fact, due to the loss of lift, the aircraft loses height suddenly and the pilot is not able to recover. This may also lead to accident. Now we know the basic difference between a finite wing and infinite wing is on a finite wing, we have downwash. Due to that downwash, effective angle of attack on the airfoil decreases by angle alpha I, where alpha I is downwash angle or induced angle of attack. Alpha I is induced angle of attack. So the effective angle of attack on the airfoil is not alpha geometric, but it is alpha geometric minus alpha I. This we saw in our previous video also, and we understood why this happens. So if I make an CL alpha curve of CL versus alpha effective, it will be same as CL alpha curve of an airfoil. So CL alpha curve of a wing where I have alpha effective on x-axis will be same as CL alpha curve for a airfoil with alpha geometric on x-axis. So this point is clear that CL alpha curve for airfoil and wing will be same if I have alpha effective in case of wing and alpha geometric in case of airfoil. So this means we will have same slope. So I can say that for an airfoil, dCl by d alpha is equal to a naught, where a naught is the slope, and for an airfoil I can say, for a wing I can say that dCl by d alpha minus alpha I, this is equal to a naught. So this is for an airfoil and this is for a wing. Like in general, we do not draw CL versus alpha effective angle of attack. We generally draw CL versus alpha geometric, that is CL alpha curve of wing. So if we make a CL alpha curve for a finite wing, we will find that slope of this curve will be slightly less than a naught. So a would be less than a naught, and we will also see that alpha geometric stall is slightly higher than alpha effective stall. This is because here we are not taking into account alpha induced, whereas here alpha induced is taken into account. So this is the CL alpha curve for an infinite wing and this is a CL alpha curve for an finite wing. Now let us try and find out a relationship between CL alpha curve of a finite wing and infinite wing. How to find a relationship between A and A naught? First, we must understand that dCl by d alpha for airfoil is equal to A naught and dCl by d alpha minus alpha I for wing is also equal to A naught. This is clear from these two curves, this one and this one. So now coming back to our second relation, that is dCl by d alpha minus alpha I is equal to A naught, where A naught is CL alpha curve for an airfoil. Now if we integrate it, we will get CL is equal to A naught alpha minus alpha I plus some constant. Now this means CL is equal to A naught alpha minus A naught. Now alpha I is equal to CL upon pi AR E dash plus some constant. Now this may be written as, now if we separate CL terms, we can say that CL into 1 plus A naught upon pi AR E dash is equal to A naught alpha plus constant. Now this may also be written as CL is equal to A naught alpha upon 1 plus A naught upon pi AR E dash plus constant upon 1 plus A naught by pi AR E dash. Now differentiating this with respect to alpha, we'll get dCl by d alpha for wing is equal to a naught upon 1 plus a naught upon pi ar e dash. So this is equal to a, that is, this is lift curve slope for wing. So this is the relationship we are looking for, that is dCl by d alpha for wing is equal to dCl by d alpha for airfoil divided by 1 plus dCl by d alpha for airfoil by pi ar e dash. Remember here the values are in radians and not in degrees. So this is the relationship between the CL alpha curve for airfoil and the wing. Okay, from this relationship we can make out as the aspect ratio increases, the slope of the CL alpha curve also increases and it tries to reach the slope of the airfoil. For infinite aspect ratio, if we have infinite aspect ratio, this term becomes 0 and we'll have same aspect ratio for wing as well as the airfoil. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please press like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. This is Concepts Unexplained. Thank you for watching.